Good evening, Phil. Good evening, everyone. This is Nightline.
Yeah, hi, Bruce. You're just a blur tonight because I bought him the wrong glasses.
Oh, really?
I'm a bit like Mr. Magoo, but we'll get by.
How are you going to drive home?
Oh, no, I don't use glasses for driving, only for reading.
Oh, that's all right.
Yes, my long distance is terrific.
Well, you should, actually. What about those floods in Geelong, Phil?
I can't believe it. It was a once-in-a-century storm, Bruce. How frightening it would have been.
Didn't it batter Geelong?
Oh, you know, suddenly little Mullop Street became like the Barwon River, didn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to hear from anyone who suffered damage or lived through it. Well, I lived through it, yeah.
Well, you'd pull over to the side of the road, surely, wouldn't you?
Well, if you're driving, yes, with glasses you shouldn't be wearing.
Otherwise, you'd float away, wouldn't you? 96900 693. Were you caught in that storm in Geelong today? I know we have a lot of folk in Geelong. Ring us and write to us. So we'd love to hear from you.
Well, we didn't get anything, did we?
No.
In Melbourne?
No, nothing where I live. Well, I won't tell you where I live now for security reasons, but we got absolutely...
Well, wearing those glasses, yes, it's essential.
No, absolutely nothing. A bit of a rumble of thunder. And by the way, little Oro, what a champion. He didn't even react. He didn't even start shaking when we had a thunderstorm. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, well, he should.
No, some animals are petrified, aren't they?
Good evening, 3AW Wangaratta and 2QN Deniliquin, Phil.
Yes, and those tuned to us on DAB+, digital radio, phone apps, or watching us or hearing us around the world on the internet. And
of course, we've got the giveaways tonight for the airlines.
Oh, yes, still a chance for you to go interstate anywhere you choose, Whitsundays, Perth, Darwin, thanks to Tiger Air. Stay tuned.
Sandy's at South Morang, Phil.
Hello, Sandy.
Yeah, hi, Phil and Bruce. How are you?
Good, thanks for calling in.
That's all right. I just wanted to quickly say this. I wanted to welcome Bruce back. I haven't been able to get through because of the change in your times, and I am so glad that Bruce is well again. And
good, Sandy. Thank you.
No, I really am, Bruce, because you just crack me up when I'm listening to you. Because,
good.
No, you're mumbling in the background some nights. Oh, it's so funny to listen to. And I'm also glad, Phil, that you're back as well, because I know the bad bronchitis.
Oh, yeah, that was very temporary, but thanks for your concern, Sandy.
No, it's good to have you both back. And I just wanted to tell you what I did yesterday.
Yes.
Because, as I say, we live in the best country in the world. And people who pick negativity with it, you know, they want to get a grip on their life. Mm-hmm. I did typical Australian things. I got the victim mower out and I mowed the back lawn. Then I bathed the dog, and then I went for a barbecue. And I had a fabulous day. So,
were you on your own?
No, I had friends. Mm-hmm. I did have friends with me, Phil.
Good.
But I am the type of person that does like my own company anyway. I can get around on my own company. I'm a bit like you, actually, I think. Phil.
Oh, yeah, I crave my own company. You know, if I have to go to a cocktail party and make small talk with people I'll never see again, it's so painful, Sandy.
It is. And just quickly before I go, I just wanted to say to Bruce, I've been on the Facebook on the iPad. And Bruce, you and your grandchildren, there's a photo of you. It's
good.
Not this year's Christmas. It must have been the one before. Haven't you got a herd of grandchildren?
Aren't they ever?
Oh, you're a lucky man, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I must admit that.
Yeah, and you're a good grandfather, though, too, Bruce. As I said to you, when you're not there, I was really concerned, and I was so glad when you came back.
Lovely to be back, Sandy. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, boys. Bye.
Okay, darling.
Good night, Sandy. Call again, won't you? Hi, Chris.
Hello, Bruce and Phil. How are you?
G'day, fine. How are you?
I apologise for a couple of days ago. Look, it's just what it is that I'm not trying to be selfish or nothing, but you know, sometimes you need therapeutic needs, just to get through, to help you get through. Well, I listen to the radio for 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours, and sometimes you'd like to interact by making a verbal call, and you really want to try and get a lift in experience. And I'm just sort of struggling with a bit of mental impairment because of the funding cuts to mental health services. I no longer have a direct one-to-one worker or case manager or private consultant psychiatrist or consultant psychologist. So I need a sounding board, and the Victoria Police through the Faulkner Police Station, who I made a genuine call for, look, I'm really struggling, I don't really want to get any more mentally sick. They referred me to Sane Mental Illness Helpline, and also, of course, I generally during the week ring Lifeline and Nurse on Call. And I had a very good talk to a nurse on Nurse on Call the other day and said, look, I really don't know how I've got through all these years, all the pain and grief and near-death experiences. But look, today is a better day for me, and I thought, well, okay, let's just sort of think for the moment in time to be bygones. I went and got about $250 worth of groceries and other effects for my neighbour, and he gave me a small reward for that, and I thank him for that because I was a bit short because I'd done a bit of damage early in the city today. But I sort of thought, well, okay, this is all about trying to help my neighbour. And I said to him, don't give me anything, any gifts or anything like that. I just want to help out, and I'm going to tidy my place up and scrub the shower and bathroom out, and and just do all these things and get through and sort of, and just, if I may finish by saying, just stabilise my mood swings. And then try and see, with all that therapeutic assistance I've had in the past, how can I do things better rather than be on the receiving end?
Yeah, and somebody rang in, made a wonderful suggestion last night. You live on your own. Why not get a little dog or a kitten or something for company, Chris?
I live in officer housing and we can't have pets of that nature.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, but anyway, Phil, I do apologise and I'm very sorry, but look, I'll try and pick it up, and look, there's bits and pieces I've done over the years, even with the late Keith McGowan and me mate Alan Pearsall and all that. Look, if I could do things within that are appropriate and try and be that lifting experience, and it doesn't matter if people think I'm a silly sausage or in need of my medication. If it makes a difference for one person, I think I'm doing my job.
Of course you are, and that's a lovely positive attitude you've got there, Chris.
Yeah, and don't apologise. We always make allowances, Chris.
All right, Chris, thank you for calling. Here's Channel 9's Peter Hitchener. Good evening, Peter.
A very good evening, Boos and Philip. Oh, look, I was thinking of you tonight during the news. We had this story. Now, Boos, I know that animal stories don't always sort of get to you that much.
No, not always.
But this one was very cute because I don't know if either of you have ever had anything to do with Shetland ponies, but they can have just a tad of attitude.
Oh, yes.
They can be quite kicky-pinchy if they feel like it, or kicky-bitey. Tonight we had this low-speed car chase through a county in England. 2 police cars, this naughty Shetland pony up in front that just wouldn't stop.
He would not stop.
Would not stop.
Nor would he go fast.
No, certainly not. 45 minutes it took them.
But, 2 police cars in pursuit. Why not the police cars coming from opposite directions to sort of nail him?
Oh, no, being a Shetland pony, he'd have just turned right and gone somewhere else. They're so cheeky and so naughty.
They are.
It was so appealing.
Oh, it was very funny, and especially to anyone who's ever had an accidental nip from one of those naughty little things.
Really?
Or maybe
They can be very nasty.
They can be a little bit like that.
Yes.
They're so cute looking, and especially if their mane is just growing down a little bit over their face. Oh, they're so cute and so naughty.
What about those floods in Geelong, Peter?
Oh, that was shocking. Shocking. I just can't believe it. And thoughts to everyone in Geelong tonight who's cleaning up. I hope there wasn't too much damage or flooding at your place as you're listening to us tonight, if you're in the Geelong Surf Coast area. But it was just a shock, and to see, a restaurant. We had some vision of the staff of a restaurant, a cafe, out knee deep in water, deeper than that in water. This gushing floodwater racing past their door, hanging onto one of the outdoor tables, trying to drag it.
I know. And I feel even sorry for the people who live in those cliff-top homes with the cliffs disappearing.
Yes,
Where was that? San Francisco.
Yeah,
Pacifica, a little town, I think it's called.
those homes have been evacuated.
Well,
of
yes,
course.
except there's one woman there saying, I feel in my heart I'm safe, and I'm thinking, I don't think I'd be feeling that in my heart. Not with the look of erosion that they're having.
What was
there.
that church that I think Jane Mansfield was married and that collapsed?
That's
Oh,
right.
yes, wouldn't be surprised.
Right. That's right. Yes.
On that belt, on that
same
cliff.
area.
I know,
yes.
yeah,
'Cause
very...
And we had this vision we had pictures on the area of a man standing on rocks near the waterfront, and suddenly this huge tide comes crashing over him, and we never did see quite what happened to him. I trust he's all right, but it's just one of those weather extremes that they seem to be having there. That and the snow, and I was wondering if either of you, because you're both seasoned world travellers, have you ever been snowed in anywhere and couldn't get away?
I can't recall. Have you, Phil?
No, good question, Pete. No, I've been in snowstorms, but I've always got through. Not a problem. What about yourself? Because you go to Japan to go skiing, don't you?
Yes, I go to Japan. I've never been snowed in there. In fact, what I normally do if I'm going up to the north is jump on a train, because the train services are very good, and they seem to get through no matter what the weather's doing. It's very nice, and I love train travel.
You've been on the bullet train, have you?
Oh, Oh yes, every time.
Isn't that good?
I love them. They're marvellous, and you get I love it. You get reserved seating, so if you have your Japan Rail pass, you can go along and they'll allocate you a seat, so it's reserved, and then into the journey, the door at the front of the carriage opens and a person pushing a little train-mobile comes in and bows to the audience and offers you hot and cold food and drinks and coffee.
How nice.
How civilised is that? It's wonderful. So
That doesn't happen on the pack in the morning, does it?
well, no, but I must say, I know we had a story in the news tonight about how overcrowded our trains are,
Yes,
especially
they
in
are.
morning peak.
Yes.
And I know that that's the case. But, oh, gosh, I think we're so lucky in Melbourne with our public transport, despite the fact that there are times we're not happy with it and maybe, we're not happy with Mikey or whatever. But honestly, what other city has a tram network like ours and a pretty good train network to go?
Yes, yes.
And the tram network is the biggest in the world.
Is that what in Melbourne?
Yes, the Melbourne tram network has more kilometres of track than anywhere else in the world, and also St Kilda Road, Swanston Street is the busiest route in Melbourne.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, past the town hall.
Oh, it's wonderful, wonderful way of getting around, and especially at the moment with the tennis in town. I've seen so many visitors from overseas. Taking the free, the city circle trams, they love those, and really, it's been quite uplifting actually to have an influx of people discovering for themselves what a great city we live in, and it's really been good fun.
Fabulous.
I mean, what a feast, with the cricket and the tennis, and then with the Australia Day ceremonies.
And I'm sure you've been to the footy, judging by the look of that top. You also went to the soccer. Philip.
Oh, he's playing it.
I have family in Cumbria, South America.
That fancy footwork of yours, it'll get you to the grand
And yes,
final.
I might be asked, I might be flying to Bucaramanga later in the year to bounce the soccer ball.
Oh, rubbish.
I'm sorry, there are negotiations going on. All
Bounce
right?
a ball.
Just call me Pele, all right?
I think Pele's run off the rails a bit, and I don't know if he's your role.
He was here last year.
Was he?
Oh, yeah, he's
I stayed at your place, I forgot.
Yes, he did.
Yes, because you're the sports fanatic.
Yeah, it's a La Porchetta.
Yes. Well, of course. What else is there to do but lunch at La Porchetta with Phil, and then a sightseeing tour of town on the free
on the free circle tram, and then we can get on the free zone up to Spring Street, can't we? We can go up and down Collins Street.
You funny things.
Come on.
Do you know, I feel shocking. I was taking my friend Edna out one night, and we had tickets to a show at the Arts Centre, and they were given to us, so they were free tickets. But A went in by tram, and she used to seniors Mikey. And B, she said, I feel a bit peckish. And as we walked down to the Arts Centre, I said, oh, there's a 7-Eleven there, let's pop in there. And we stood in there and had $1 coffee and 2 donuts each.
Yeah, but she'd be used to that.
And the whole night cost me about $8.
They've been friendly years. She's poor lady.
Yeah,
she's so used to it. She's lovely. I have met her, I must say, and she's lovely.
She is.
Look, you have more fun when you don't spend money, really, when you do it on the cheap.
Well, you'd know.
Lovely seeing you, boys. Thanks.
Good on you, Pete. So much.
Care, Bruce.
Peter
God
Hitchener,
bless.
Channel 9. Bob at Rye, Phil.
Hello, Bob.
G'day, Phil, and g'day, Bruce. How are you?
Yes, good, Bob.
Oh, mate, I've just been to the most magnificent light show out the back of Rye that is at Fingal at the Bonio Maze. I'm going for another couple of days. It's just amazing, though. All these beautiful lanterns and things. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just absolutely fantastic. If you took your kids out there, it would just be amazing.
Is it to time with the Chinese New Year?
No, it's something which has been on, or I didn't even know, but it's been on now for almost just a month.
Huh.
And it's just one of those things that it's just, when you get out the back of Fingal, and you're on Limestone Road, you don't even know where it is, but it is the Bonio Maze in Limestone Road in Fingal. And if you get the opportunity, I would tell anybody to go out there and have a look. It's on from 6 to 10 of a night, but it's only on for the next couple of nights because they're going to dismantle it and put on another show. But it was just absolutely sensational. I've never experienced anything like that before in my life.
Oh, isn't that great?
I think children would love it, Bruce.
Oh,
Well, all
children would be absolutely, they'd be gobsmacked. It's just, it is the most beautiful thing.
Now
So is it on screen or how is it portrayed?
It's in the gardens of this maze, and it's you walk on a walkway They've got all. It's a part of Whittingslow Carnival's.
Yes.
And he's got some of these amazing things. There's a merry-go-round there that's from 1865.
Oh, fabulous.
And it's in working condition, and it's just amazing, absolutely amazing.
So let me get it right. It's a Bonio Maze, and it's on Limestone Road. Is that right?
That's right. There's 695 Limestone Road at Fingal. It's a Bonio Maze, and honestly, if anybody is living down here or staying down here with their children in Rye or in that environs, I would say it's a must that you must do.
Oh, that's great of you to ring in, Bob. And in fact, we're going to give you a double turn ticket to any Tiger Air destination in Australia, Phil.
Oh, you might choose Perth, or maybe you'd like to go to Hobart, Darwin, Cairns, Coffs Harbour. Where in the world would you like to go? Who would you like to take, Bob?
Well, I think I'd like to take my beautiful girl with me and go and see my daughters up in Queensland.
Good on you.
Absolutely beautiful.
And you're also in the draw.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, okay. You're also in the draw for the major prize: return airfares and a week's accommodation for a family at the Hotel Mercure Bali Legion, Phil, or Legion.
And that's thanks to Tiger Air. And they'll be flying to Bali direct from Melbourne from March the 23rd, and you'll be taking off from the new Terminal 4, Bob.
You were unbelievable, you blokes. Fantastic.
Well, you deserve it. It was a good report. We enjoyed your company.
Yes, good night, Bob. Hang on.
Don't hang up, for heaven's sake, Bob.
Okay.
Mark at Taylor's Lakes.
Yeah, he's gone already. And Julia's there. Mitchum. Hello, Julia.
Hi, how are you?
G'day.
Hi. Have you been on you were talking about snow and the weather. Have you ever been on the Bernina Pass? The express train going through Switzerland?
Oh, no.
I did. I went on that when I was a little girl, but I hate the snow. I hate the cold, Bruce and Phil.
Yeah.
But that was a beautiful experience. And inside, you go inside, and it's so warm, and you've got your jackets and your boots on, and then you go outside and it's freezing.
Oh, yeah.
But how many tunnels and bridges are there in the Bernina Pass?
I have no idea.
It's amazing.
Oh,
I went through by train, you know.
Yeah, that's the train, the Bernina Pass.
Well, you can only go by train, can't you?
No, I think there's a road through there too for transport.
Oh, yeah, but it's just, it's like something you just have to experience if you go there, to Switzerland and Italy. But it's amazing, and if it's snowing, all the snow on the outside and all it's so picturesque.
Yeah, every scene looks like a Christmas card.
Ah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thanks for sharing it, Julia.
Thank you. Bye.
Good on you, Julia. Thank you. Right in the middle of the snow and the cold, Phil.
Oh, yes. Yes, you know, you can easily get snowbound, but normally trains get through because they have on the front they've got sort of a snowplow, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Thank you, Julia. Jeff, good evening.
Oh, g'day, Bruce and Phil.
Yes, Jeff.
Listen, guys, I was watching on the telly tonight before I came to work. I don't know whether you saw it, where they had the little babies, well, I call them babies, kids under 2, and they were teaching them to float with all their clothing on. Did you see that article?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I wondered what you thought of that, because there were two schools of thought. One was that it was not right, and I thought the lady that ran it came back with a very good sort of response and said, I'd rather have the child cry a bit when they were learning to do that than never hear them cry again. And I sort of tended to think that that's the same. I mean, it's an intensive training, but if it's going to save a child's life, and we have a pool at our house, and I have a grandson who's 2 years old, or almost 2, and I sort of think I think it's a must for myself. But I just wondered what your opinion was on that.
Bruce, being a grandfather, do you approve?
Well, it's amazing to see in Cambodia, all the kids can swim by the time they're 2, Phil.
Oh, well...
They love the water.
And more power to them. You know,
There's no fear of drowning. There's no fear of any danger.
Jeff, I know people my age who've never learned to swim, and that includes, I think, with respect, Bert Newton.
Yeah, so, well, having said that, yeah, Phil, my grandson he's been to the local pool with his mum, and he's had those sort of awareness lessons where if he falls in, he can, float and do the right things. And I just think it's an absolute must, because I couldn't think of anything worse than having a young child drown, any young child.
Look, as we know, it can all be over in 12 seconds, can't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway, guys, it was just something I thought of, and, I'm glad to hear your opinion on it.
All right, Jeff, nice hearing from you, as always, Phil.
Yeah, I think it's a very worthwhile campaign.
Ron at Fairfield. Hello, Ron.
How are you?
G'day, Ron.
Yeah, how times have changed with the trains. Like, they were talking about overcrowding this morning.
Yeah.
I was with the railways 44 years, and I was looking at a general appendix dated 1953, where if a guard considers, or we'll start off, a guard can carry up to 8 passengers in the guard's van, right? Providing he's got access to both doors. If the guard considers the train is overcrowded, or he's immediately to stay at the platform, walk along the platform and detain passengers.
Yes.
Until he considers it safe to travel.
Yes.
Yeah, Regulation 7 it is. But the regulations now don't apply, but Regulation 7 is the protection of life and property.
Yes.
So
But that's from more than 60 years ago, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, how things have changed.
Yes, well, you don't even have a guard on a train now.
Yeah, well, imagine the driver walking along and telling people to get off.
Yeah, they'd abuse him, wouldn't they?
That's correct.
Yeah, times have changed, Ron.
Okay, so...
Okay, Ron, thank you very much. Amazing the amount of people that used to travel in the guard's van. Do you remember that?
Yes, as Ron said, you know, by law they were allowed to up to 8 people.
Well, you know, you have a bike, you could take it into the guard's van.
Yes, you would, yes, truly.
Couldn't you?
Yeah. Okay, our number's 96900 693. Ever been caught in the perfect storm? Or worse, in a bushfire or a flood, maybe?
Yeah, how did you get out of it?
Frightening. Or even an avalanche, you know. Tell us where you've been in extreme weather.
Well, how many avalanches have you been in?
Oh, well, they happen occasionally, don't they? And, you know, you're unlucky if you're caught underneath one.
Yeah.
You're lucky to burrow your way out, Bruce.
It's funny, you know, you were talking not too long ago about being snowed in, whether you've ever been snowed in while you're away. I went to visit my dad when he was living in England back in 1986, and we took the car. Dad and I went in the car into London for the day, and he was staying in Worcester. I assume you both know the area in the Cotswolds.
Yes, of course.
On the way back, it started to snow, and it was one of those 1 in a million storms, and it snowed, and everything turned white. And my dad said, don't worry, there's a snow plough. We'll follow the snow plough back, and that'll get us up and over the hill.
Yeah.
Well, we followed the snow plough, and it turned off just near a pub. And said, don't worry, we'll head into the pub there, and look, even if we have to sleep on the floor, not a problem, but we'll be warm for the night.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten the name of the pub. In the UK, it was the Pews Down Inn, because I stayed in the car and I started to get very cold. And, you know, you start to get cold and your feet start to ache.
Yes.
It was getting like that. Dad went into the pub and he came out and said the owner of the pub had booted everybody out at 9:30 p.m. Kitchen was off. He said, look, he could have served baked beans and made a fortune. He could have put people up in front of the open fire. He booted everybody out, and luckily another snowplow came along and it cleared just enough for us to get up on a hill where there was a bit of a town and we could stay at a hotel overnight. But we could not get back home. Everything was snowed in, and it was one of those few occasions where I was so cold I really thought we could die out here. Being from Melbourne and never experiencing snow like that.
That's right.
But, you know, how irresponsible of your father not to have snow chains in the boot, you know, for an emergency like that.
Oh, yes, you carry them everywhere, don't you?
Well, in the event of a snowstorm, yes.
Well, he had skis.
Yeah, surely. I mean, you know, could have done better, I think. No.
My dad's waiting downstairs. He'd be quite interested to talk to you.
That's right, with a snowplow.
I'll take him
ready
on.
for your face.
I'll take him on. Okay, well, look, I'm glad you survived that experience.
Oh, it was scary. I have to say, being snowed in, being confronted by the elements.
Yes.
It's that feeling that you can go through life and have full control, but when you're confronted by the elements, as the people were today in Geelong, as you are with bushfire, you are totally helpless.
Yes.
And it's a horrible feeling.
You're at the mercy, aren't you, of Mother Nature?
Yes, you are, and it's happened to me on a couple of flights into Papiate Tahiti and to Pango Pango in Samoa, where you have landed in thick tropical storms, and the rain outside the plane is so heavy that you can't even see the wings.
Goodness.
That is a frightening experience, because you think you're going to water slide down the runway and just never pull up. You know, you'd wish that they'd turn around and go back to another island.
Yes, of course.
Very frightening.
It would be. 21 to... And we're going to the Herald Sun now. Phil, Michelle Ainsworth is there.
Hello, Michelle. What's on page 1, please?
page one, we actually have the horrible story of the accident. This happened much earlier this morning at the E.J. Whitten Bridge, and the two young people who were tragically killed in that one. We also have something a little different. We have an exclusive interview with Molly Meldrum, who is in hospital in Bangkok after he was run down by a tuk-tuk on the footpath accidentally, and he's dislocated his shoulder and broken ribs, and he's in a fair bit of trouble there. And he's actually going to be spending his birthday, which is on Friday, in hospital. So we have an interview with Molly about his latest stint of bad luck.
Yes.
And we also have the hit lift out in tomorrow's paper.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Michelle.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. A good read in the Herald Sun tomorrow.
Good night.
Chris at Hastings.
Bruce and Phil.
G'day, Chris.
Hi, you could go gold prospecting. We went with the machines where you scan the dirt for gold.
Yes.
Yeah, and my friend was going to play a trick on me. Said, I'll leave you here. You can't tell the difference which way is north, south, east, or west out near Wedderburn and that.
And where were you, at Sovereign Hill with the gold panning? Where?
Yeah, we went to Sovereign Hill a long time ago. You can pan you get a little bit of gold. It's just pretend sort of. It's not. Yeah.
Well, they're what you call gold flakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the kids love it. They just get a little bit in the pan.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be lovely to just go to the races, I think, and back DEFCON in the Blue Diamond Bulls.
Yes, why not, Chris?
Keep an ear open for that one, Bull.
Okay, thank you for that. Aaron, good evening.
Yeah, I was just amazed by the storm. My cat took off at 1,000,000 miles per hour. He was out there.
Are you in Geelong? Where are you, in Geelong?
No, we're in Hawthorne.
Oh, you got the storm in Hawthorne, really?
Yeah.
What, was it bad, Aaron? It was pretty wild?
Oh, our window looks right out onto the city, so we got city views, and we saw it coming over the city, and it was the thunder was there and the lightning was there, so meteorology did the Bureau of Meteorology did quite well warning us about it. Otherwise, the stock losses would have been pretty bad.
Yes, as you watch Peter Hitchener's news between 6 and 7, the sky got darker and darker.
Yes, it went quite black. It went quite black.
Yes, towards the end, yes, it did. I'm surprised to hear you say that, Aaron. I live in a neighbouring suburb and we got nothing.
Oh, it looked amazing. Just the lightning coming over the top of the city. It didn't rain for that long, but it was.
Yeah.
I think it was rained out by the time it made it to.
Would have been spectacular.
We did get a little bit of it.
Okay, is your cat come back again?
He came in after and had some whiskers.
Yes.
And some dry and some.
Okay, all is well. Thanks for your.
All is well, by the sound of it. Thank you very much, Aaron.
Thanks for your
Sahara,
eyewitness.
good evening.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good evening, Sahara.
Well, I haven't got a song, but I've got a bit of a yarn.
Oh, yes.
How you been?
Oh, we're good. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Well, I just wanted to give you a bit of a yarn.
Yes.
You know, about Australia. Well, the Clover Moore, you heard of her? She's the Lord Mayor.
The Lord Mayor of where?
Of Sydney.
New South Wales.
Right.
And she was interviewing the refugees that come here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were talking about the refugees on the some of the media and radio, and they were saying that well, they've let all these refugees start to come, and they've approved them and that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't really worry myself because I believe all people, should we get a fair go. But when they give other people a fair go and push Australians back in the queue, like with social housing. Remember I told you about the carer that had approved accommodation and they delayed it, minister and all that.
Yes.
And these are health issues and things. But when they push back Australians and you know, carers and veterans and that, and just walk all over them. Well, that's a sorry way to...
Yeah, we should take care of our own first.
It's not good enough, you know.
By the way, somebody asked for your website address, please. Could you give it to us again slowly, your website?
What, for the art?
Yes.
Eh?
Yes, that's what they want.
For my art?
Yes, let's have it.
Yes.
I had my art on my latest painting I put on... we did a process for it on... it's called Blue Thumb.
Yeah.
Blue Thumb.
No, but how do people find you?
Oh, strike.
That's the name of it. You go on for Oz Different Odds.
All right, we'll do that, Sahara. Thank you. Denise, good evening.
Oh, good evening. I don't know whether it's a good evening for me.
Why?
Oh, I got flooded out. My chook pen's soaking.
Oh, no.
Where are you?
West Coast.
Sheds are full of water. The veranda's flooded. The roads are flooded. The paddocks are flooded. And on top of that, a dog adopted me. I don't know where it came from, and it hid in one of the horse paddock sheds, and I had to call the dog man, and I put a bag over its head, and then put the lead line, a lunge line on it, and put it in the woodshed until they came and picked it up. It must have been terrified. I went to open my front door, and a lightning struck, and then bang, the whole house shook. I had a terrible afternoon, and there was so much rain, and the paddocks were so dry. Can you imagine what it was like? I had rivers running everywhere.
It'd be like a flood.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's sludge everywhere now. I don't know how I'm going to clean it all up.
Can you get someone to come and help you?
No, you got to pay for everybody, and
That's right.
I'm up here, I don't have any money.
And you're on the surf coast, aren't you?
I'm between Anglesey and Winchelsea. I'm in
That's
the
right.
middle.
Yes, of course.
Yes, you got the deluge from Geelong, obviously, yeah.
Oh, boy, did I ever. I tell you what, you couldn't see through this rain. This was so scary. And the little fella, the younger pony, you know, he was terrified.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even eat his dinner. He's in the middle of the paddock and he wouldn't move.
I think it should have adopted that dog. I think that was meant to be.
No, it had a microchip, and it had a it had a little box on its neck saying, well, it must have got out anyway, but it was terrified.
Yes.
It was a beagle, though.
All right.
So it had a box on it, which means every time it goes out of its property, the box should have relayed back, but it didn't, apparently.
Yeah.
But they found the owner.
Well, you've had a dramatic afternoon, Denise, so rest easy tonight.
At least you were safe.
David at Bundoora, good evening.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Yeah, what's your story, David?
I've been snowed in.
To where?
You wouldn't believe this. It was either June or July 1984. Coonabarra Brand.
Yeah.
It was Queensland. So my now ex-wife and I were caravanning. We're actually travelling up the Newell Highway, heading up to, Surfers Paradise, up around, the Sunshine Coast. And we got to as far as Coonabarra Brand, and the road had been dug up, and they ripped the tar up, so it was all red soil underneath.
Yes.
And we're camping at the Coonabarra Brand Caravan Park, and I still remember the police coming in, and they were white police cars, and they were just covered with red soil, and they came up with their loudspeakers on top of the cars, and they said, "Those travelling north, forget about it for a few days because the road has been snowed under, and the road, the tar's been dug up, and it's just red mud, and you cannot go anywhere."
Well, that's amazing. You know, I've never, Bruce, in all my life, I've never heard of snow in Queensland before,
Well,
David.
I'm thinking the same thing. I would have. It's amazing.
How unlucky you were, David, and then to be snowed in for a few days and being stuck in the one place.
David, thanks for your call. It's coming up very soon. Minutes across to the Weather Bureau, Phil, for the forecast.
Indeed, Bruce. And the good news is Andrew McLaren is back on Nightline where he belongs tomorrow night after 10. So
good fun.
If you're a fan of Andy's, and who isn't, we'll have a wonderful hour with him tomorrow night. And then we come back, of course, for the Friday Nightline, of course, until the footy season starts up around March 24, just before Good Friday. Easter's very early this year, as early as it can be. Do you know what determines Easter, Bruce? Do you understand?
The moon or the sky.
Hello again. This is John Derlemus with the Passing Parade of the story of an adventurer and poet who died before a firing squad. His name was Harry Morant. And I'll be back to tell you of his colorful and varied career after this message.
A little gentle tact goes a long, long way. Use a little tact every night and day. Then you'll never hear anybody say that you lacked tact.
Deodorant.
Soap.
You perspire even in cool weather, but Tact, Colgate's Miracle Deodorant Soap, safeguards your freshness all over, all day, all year round, because Miracle Tact Soap actually keeps perspiration odor-free. You see, perspiration has no odor at first. Then germs attack it and give it odor. But laboratory tests have proved that Tact containing G11, hexachlorophene, washes away up to 95% of these odor-causing germs, leaving your skin odor-free. It's ideal for teenage skin problems, too. Colgate's Tact Soap. Regular size 1 shilling, big bath size 1 and 5.
Harry Harbord Morant was born in the North Devon town of Bideford, England in 1865. Little is known of his early life except that he came from a respected and well-to-do family and received a good education. At 19, he arrived in Australia and took himself to the Queensland goldfields. He didn't have much luck, and he drifted west and took a bookkeeper's job on a cattle station. While there, he began writing poetry under the pseudonym of The Breaker, a name that was to become familiar in outback homesteads. His wanderings led him at length to Sydney, where he rode as an amateur jockey in steeplechases. He drank and gambled heavily, and ran up a multitude of debts which he left unpaid. He was in Adelaide, destitute, when the Boer War broke out. Enlisting in the army, he was sent to South Africa early in 1899. The life of a cavalryman on active service suited Harry Morant. Promoted to sergeant, he fought at Paardeberg, Bloemfontein, and the relief of Kimberley, before winning a commission in the Bushveld Carbineers, a guerrilla cavalry unit operating in northern Transvaal. The Carbineers were a motley, undisciplined bunch recruited from South Africans, British, and Australians. Among them, Morant was in his element. Early in 1901, he was posted to Fort Edward, a British outpost where his close friend, Captain Hunt, was in command. The junior officers were Lieutenant Picton, an English subaltern, and Lieutenant Hancock, an Australian. In July of 1901, another Australian, Lieutenant Whitten, joined the Fort Edward detachment. Not long afterward, Captain Hunt led a small party in a night raid on a farm 75 miles away. His plan for a surprise attack miscarried as the farm was strongly held. The Carbineers were beaten off and suffered heavy casualties. Hunt and some of his men were left behind. Morant reported the matter to his superior, Captain Taylor, who allegedly ordered him to avenge Hunt's defeat and take no prisoners. And so, setting out with his entire force, Morant ran into some survivors of Hunt's party, who informed him that Hunt had been viciously slain and his body mutilated. Moved to fury, the Carbineers swooped on the farm. They found it abandoned, but over the next few days took 12 Boer prisoners, all of whom were executed. When a German missionary named Hess was found shot in the bush, the German Foreign Office was prompted to take action. The Carbineers were accused of murdering Hess to prevent him from complaining of their high-handed behavior. For Harry Morant and his fellow officers, Hancock, Picton, and Whitten, the result was catastrophic.
And Dean Stewart's over there tonight, Phil.
Hello, neighbour. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks, Phil.
Dean, Geelong rocked today.
Yeah, well, that's one way of looking at it, Bruce. They certainly had a very intense rainfall. They had about 24 millimetres in just 20 minutes.
Wow.
And they've had a total now of around 44 millimetres. Just up the road at Avalon, they've had as much as 72 millimetres. So
Goodness me.
Very intense rain.
Yes.
It did weaken out by the time it got to the city. I mean, we still got some. We ended up with just under 4 millimetres in the city. But some of the western suburbs, there was as much as 29 millimetres down at Hoppers Crossing. And also some of the southeastern suburbs, Hallam had 23, 29 at Memmering, and 34 out at Listerfield. So some suburbs got a fairly good drink.
All right, Dean, what's the overnight low looking like?
Yeah, a low of 19 degrees as the alarms go off in the office. You can probably hear in the
Yes, what's that?
Oh, I got no idea.
Oh, you better evacuate the building, Dean.
Yeah, have you got a spare spot for us over there?
Of course we have, any time.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, look, currently sitting on 21 degrees. Won't fall too much further, down to a low of 19. Further showers and storms tomorrow. I think they'll develop during the morning, a top of 24 degrees, so a bit cooler than today. We made it up to 29.5 today.
And just before you escape the building, Friday through the weekend, please.
Yes, while I'm burning, I'll keep going, Phil. Friday, a top of 19 degrees, so much cooler conditions. Still showers about and the risk of a thunderstorm. A top of 22 on Saturday, 23 on Sunday, and still a bit of shower activity around, so a fairly wet spell coming up. And then it warms up a bit into early next week, up to 26 Monday, 28 Tuesday, and then back to 23 next Wednesday.
What is that alarm, Dean?
Well, I've got now that it's just gone off, I'll have to look into it. It could be the air conditioning alarm or some water on the computer or something like that.
No, do you know what I think it is, Dean? Your magnetic personality.
It could be the fire alarm, so I will look into it, and as I said, I might head your way.
Okay, then, thank you very much indeed. A low of 19 degrees overnight. Showers tomorrow, top of 24.
Okay, now here's a hypothetical for you. I know you love radio and you're passionate about Nightline. If alarms started going off in the studio, would you evacuate the building or would you stay behind the microphone?
I would stay behind the microphone.
Would you?
Yes, I would be the one hero that would see the place go down, where you...
I'd be out like a flash.
Would escape.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the lift. I'll tear down the stairs for the sake of Tweety and Oro.
Oh, rubbish.
Oh, yeah, although you'll be on your own.
And now, listen, we've got this airline, we've got the wonderful Tiger Air destination to give away, Phil.
Yes, we have, and also a chance to go to Bali. I want to ask, for those of you devoted to TV, which sport do you enjoy watching at the moment, cricket or tennis? Which is your favourite and why?
I think cricket's got the edge, hasn't it?
Well, maybe. I don't know about ratings-wise. And if you loathe sport, how do you avoid it at this time of the year? How can you turn your back on it and not be a part of it? 96900 693. Now, something I raised last night.
What sport do you enjoy?
10-pin bowling and badminton.
Yes, there's so much of that.
Participated sport.
So much of that around, isn't there?
Lately, as you can see from my top, I've taken up soccer as well. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Last night I raised this on digital, so not many people reacted to it, so I'll bring it up again tonight. Do you know that the average Australian spends $8,000 a year on their pet? Twice as much as they spend interstate.
Yeah.
Why are we spending $8,000 on vaccinations, vet fees, medicines, food, but also grooming? Apparently we love sending our pets to beauty shops and fashion accessories.
Haven't you got a new topic?
No, I'm raising it because no one heard it last night and we had no reaction to it. Have you got one that's better, big boy?
No.
Thanks.
Sue at Research. Good evening, Sue.
Good evening, Bruce and Bill.
Hi, Sue.
Hi. You asked about sport.
Yes.
Well, I love the cricket, but my little granddaughter, she was named the Australian hot shot champion. And she had a photo taken on centre court with players, and she tossed the coin.
What, for the tennis? For the tennis?
Yeah, she's actually in the pro though.
That's wonderful.
Instead of letting the coin hit the ground, she caught it twice.
Oh, how exciting. You'd be so proud, Sue.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah, you must get a copy of that promo if you can.
Yeah.
From Channel 7.
Yes, I will. No, it's Fox.
Oh, okay, Fox Sports, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful for you.
But
that's something to be very, very proud of.
I am, but personally I love the cricket.
Oh, yes, tell us why.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's more exciting. It's the same players with the tennis all the time.
Yeah.
You know, the newer ones haven't got the personalities of the older ones.
Mm.
You know, the Yvonne Goolagong, they're just beautiful. And even Leighton, once he calmed down, he was good.
Yes.
So yeah, no, they're just plain boring.
All right, thanks for your call, Sue, and well done to the little girl.
Thank you, Sue, very much. How lovely. Andrew at Melton, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boys. How are you?
G'day, mate. Thanks for ringing.
Yeah, I love the cricket. I just like seeing the sixers going into the crowd and people trying to catch them. You know, it's just brilliant.
Yeah, do you play cricket yourself?
I used to when I was younger. You know, I'm in my 50s now, so
Yeah.
you know I don't play anymore.
What do you think of baseball? Do you like that game? It's much faster, isn't it?
Baseball, I've never played it before, to tell you the truth.
No.
But the cricket, yeah, I love the cricket. and I
Oh,
love
that's
the
wonderful.
football.
All right, thanks for your call,
Yes,
Andrew.
it seems that cricket is getting a great deal of popularity, isn't it?
Oh, yes, very much. I wonder if I'm from another planet. Unlike other blokes, I don't like sports so much. I don't gamble. I don't like grog. I'm not taking out fast women. I just think I don't fit in.
I'm just wondering if you're a bloke. Joe at Hoppers Crossing.
Hi guys, how you going?
Good.
Hi, Joe. What's news?
Well, I had a bit of a flood in my lounge room.
No.
Rain.
No.
I did. So Hoppers Crossing got a bit of rain too.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I'm sticking up for you, Phil. I'm into the dogs too. So what was your topic about dogs that no one listened to last night?
Oh, I was saying that we, according to the Herald Sun, the average Australian or the average person in Melbourne spends $1,000 a year on their dog or cat, on vet fees and grooming and food and medicine. What about you? How much would you spend, Joe?
I don't think 8,000. I've only had these dogs since August.
Yes.
But I have been online looking for outfits.
By the way, I highly recommend, I've got a little pup now, highly recommend pet insurance. I took out the premium, and it's more than paid for itself in 6 months.
Really?
So yes.
What, you've claimed, have you?
Oh, I've made claims because little Auro's had some ear mites.
Really?
And the claims were legitimate, and they repaid every dollar. Joe?
So, which insurance are you with?
I think it's called Pet Plan.
Okay, I'll have a look at that.
Check it out. They've got very minimal premiums.
Yeah,
All right, Joe.
I've got 2 little doggies.
Good on you, Joe.
All right, thanks.
Thank you,
guys.
darling. Alan at Cockatoo.
Got to get it right.
Yes, Alan, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, for me, both tennis and cricket, one on the telly and listen to the other one on the radio.
At the same time?
At the same time, yep. Which is incredibly frustrating for Mrs. because she can't stand tennis and she loathes cricket.
Who's that? Who was that?
Jan.
All right.
Yeah. So when my brother came out from France, who also loves cricket, I bought 3 tickets for the World Cup final. We were going to see when Australia played New Zealand. And she said she would rather stay home and watch the paint dry or watch the grass grow or something like that. And we had 1 ticket that went to waste.
Yeah.
Could lead to a divorce, I reckon, Alan.
Well, we've survived, but and it's also no thanks to the dogs. You know, talking about dogs, we had beagles.
Yeah.
And they'd go through $8,000 worth of food.
I believe it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's and they ended up on the roof. They managed to climb ladders, and by climbing up ladders, they got up on the roof when it was the summertime, and they burnt their paws.
Oh.
So that wasn't much fun.
No.
Right, they're good sniffer dogs, aren't they, beagles, of the
Good on you.
airport?
Okay, Alan, thank you very much indeed. Dennis at Burwood. Good evening, Dennis.
Hi, Bruce, Phil. How are you?
G'day.
Look, my personal weather event, I have to go back to the early 1980s when you were allowed to climb Uraloo, which is used to be Ayers Rock.
Yes, yes, of course.
I was literally halfway up, climbing up the chains, about 150 feet up, and the weather broke. The clouds opened, and it turned into a waterfall. And I'm standing there saying, and just pouring rain, thinking to myself, now, should I surf down this? Should I fall off? Should I hang on really tightly and wait what happens? 10 to 12 minutes later, the sun comes out. It's 29 degrees, and I'm sweating and saying, what just happened?
Yes.
It's the most bizarre weather event I've ever experienced in my life.
Scary.
Quite amazing.
Yes.
To see. And I just wish I had a camera with me, but I didn't, sadly.
Yeah, well, it has its own weather, Uluru, doesn't it?
It's incredible. It really was. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that.
All right, you're obviously not afraid of heights.
Hey, Dennis, hold on. We're going to return a double return ticket to any Tiger Air destination in Australia.
Are you serious?
Yeah, thanks to Tiger Air, flying from the new Terminal 4 at Melbourne International Airport.
You can choose from Cairns, Coffs Harbour, Darwin, Gold Coast, Hobart, Perth, Sydney, the Whitsundays, Adelaide or Brisbane.
Unbelievable. Thank you, guys.
All right, don't hang up. Just make your selection with Kenny. And you're in the running for the return airfares to Bali.
Thank you, Bruce. That's incredible.
And that's for a whole family week in Bali at the Mercure Hotel, thanks to Tiger Air, flying from Melbourne to Bali daily from the 23rd of March.
Incredible.
Okay, don't hang up, Dennis. Hold line there.
We'll announce the winner next Monday.
Anne at Bulleen. Good evening, Anne. Gone?
Anne's shot through, Bruce.
Oh, dear.
Why don't we move Leanne up and speak to her in Beaconsfield?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, Leanne.
Hello, Bruce and Phil. How are
Welcome.
you?
Yeah, it's good.
Good. I'm just ringing about the sport. I absolutely love cricket. I like tennis too, but cricket would be my number one.
Yeah.
Mostly Test cricket would be my first preference, but I've got to enjoy the Big Bash recently.
Good.
The last couple of seasons.
Good, good.
Yeah, I got my husband even into it as well. He's really enjoying it too.
So you've had a few late nights, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, a few late nights on the couch, yeah.
Yes.
Went
Gee,
to tennis last week.
it's been popular, rated so well.
It has, yes. Yeah. Tennis has been good too. I did get to go last week to the tennis, and it was a good day there.
Good for you, Leanne.
Yeah, it's been great. That was just what I'd like to say.
Oh, good on you.
Just love this time of year. And I
Yeah, you'd love it all.
Yeah, thanks, Leanne.
All right,
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you. Bye.
Okay, Leanne. Thank you very much. 22 past 11.
Heat stroke is...
Past 11, 3AW. This is Nightline.
And here's Alan, the Coolaroo. Hello, Alan.
How you going, friend?
G'day.
Just 2 points. Most definitely, if you got a pet, I feel you really should keep up your vet appointment, because, you know, your animals really can't talk to you back.
Yeah.
Not like a human, you feel sick, so you go to a doctor,
Sure.
you know, just to make sure that your animal's in good health.
Yes.
Yeah, and one night when I ring up, I might be lucky enough to maybe be picked out for one of your flights in somewhere in Australia.
Yeah, I wish you well, Alan. It's all a matter of timing and,
That's
you know.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, they're all spaced out, aren't they, in a promotional sense across the board?
They're sort of allocated over 2 hours, Alan.
Okay, Alan, thank you. Trish at Brookfield, good evening.
Good evening, Bruce and Phil. Lovely to speak with you.
Thank you very much.
Well, my favourite sport would be tennis. And I've been watching the tennis a lot over the last few weeks.
Yes, you would, yes.
And my favourite is, of course, Roger Federer. Can't go past Roger Federer. He's like poetry in motion.
Oh, yes.
And I can't wait to see the semi-final tomorrow night with
Yes.
him and Djokovic. I think it'll be the match of the season.
Big night.
Yeah, that'll be the match to watch. That'll be the winner of that will get the Grand Slam.
I think
We'll
you
get
could be
the-
right, yes.
The Open, yes.
Yeah, how exciting that'll be, Trish.
It'll be fabulous. Well, I'll be glued to watch.
Yeah, I
watching
don't,
that.
I don't think you'll be listening to Bruce and Phil.
I'll be watching. I'll be listening to you later on. Don't you
Good,
worry about
that's
that.
loyalty.
Sometimes I have you on and the tennis on at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
Ring in after the match.
All right,
Tell
Trish,
us
thank you
what
very much indeed. Thank you, Trish. Vanessa at Hawthorne, good evening.
Hello, Bruce and Phil.
Good evening, Vanessa.
Good. I'm not too keen on tennis, but I hated the cricket, and I love the cricket now.
I wonder why you've changed.
When I was little, when most houses had the one TV per household and no remote controls, my dad always was in charge of the TV.
Oh, yes.
And he loved the cricket.
Right.
So the cricket was on all the time, and I hated it, but I had to watch it, and I got used to the game and the rules.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you've been brainwashed, you see.
would.
Yes, brainwashed, and now I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, no, I just love the cricket.
Uh-huh.
Love the 2020 and 50-50.
Right.
Right, Vanessa, hold on. We'll organise an afternoon tea party for you at the Pancake Parlour.
Oh, lovely.
Would you love that?
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Okay, the Pancake... Don't hang up. Pancake Parlour open 24 hours at High Point, Doncaster and Malvern East.
It's lovely. Vanessa?
All right, Vanessa.
Goodbye.
Hold the line. Gigi, good evening.
Hello, Bruce and Phil.
Here's Gigi.
I don't know why you didn't get any rain where you are, Philip, because I'm in the next suburb of, or nearby suburb of Burwood, and we had torrential rain.
Oh, did you?
Do you know, I'll give you an example, Gigi. Years ago, I was going down towards Hawthorne, and I got to Barker's Road, if you know where it is.
I do.
And half of the road was dry, and the other side of the road, going to the south, was covered in hailstones.
Yeah, I know. It used to happen in Camberwell when I worked in Camberwell.
Yeah.
We had the same thing. That one side of the street would be wet or hailstones, and the other side would be quite dry. But yes, I didn't hear it, but I looked out of the window, and something made me turn around, and it was bucketing down. And I don't know where my cat was, but he turned up an hour later, and he was as dry as anything.
Oh, yes.
I don't know where he'd been.
Okay.
And I love the tennis. I sort of don't mind a bit of football, but, you know, sort of half an hour here and there. Cricket, I'm not really that interested in, even though I used to go with a boyfriend. I even went to the MCG once. But no, tennis I prefer.
Can I ask you, is our face up on the internet this week or not?
Yes.
Oh, it is, because we don't have a picture in the studio.
Oh, yeah, no. You would have heard if it wasn't, because the video podcasts I've been doing with Simon being on holidays are all up on the Nightline page.
Oh, good to hear. Thanks, Gigi.
Not particularly Mondays with Patty and Bruce. That's been very popular.
Oh, lovely.
Patty and
Bert.
Bert.
Yes, wasn't that good? Yeah.
Okay, Gigi, thank you. It's 11:34.
Your grandchildren back at school tomorrow, are they?
A lot are, and then they go back Friday.
Okay, it's staggered, is it?
Okay, Pat. Good evening, Pat.
Still there, Pat? This is Nightline.
Oh, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Pat.
Sorry,
Yes, Pat.
Phone down for a minute. Yes. You were talking about dogs, Phil,
Yes.
and I've just been up in Sydney the long weekend and walking along Manly Beach. I've never seen so many curly-coated dogs.
Oh, yes?
Labradoodles, cavoodles, you know, they're a trend at the moment.
Yeah, apparently golden retrievers and Labradors are the most popular dogs of all, currently.
A while ago it was Shih Tzus and Maltese.
Yeah, people are going for bigger dogs, it seems.
And, yes, I couldn't believe it. I never saw one smooth-coated dog.
All right.
They were all curly.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat. I don't know whether dogs are allowed on our beaches, are they?
In some beaches with the lead, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
But there are signs up.
Are there?
Oh, yes, whether they're allowed off the lead or on the lead or not allowed at all. You know, some horses aren't allowed to bathe in the Port Phillip Bay either.
Oh, yeah, that's understandable.
Oh, they used to in the past.
Yeah, I know. Take half a dozen horses down. Vanessa in Cranbourne, good evening.
Hello, Bruce and Phil. How are you?
Hi, Vanessa, g'day.
Yes, I love the tennis. Watch every match that I can watch. But I mainly rang to explain how we celebrated Australia Day yesterday.
Oh, please.
Oh, nice, good.
Australia Day plus my husband's birthday is Australia Day.
Yes.
And we did a 3 whammies. I just got the all clear of having 2 brain aneurysms and having an operation.
Oh, thank God for
What
that.
a wonderful miracle.
Yes.
Yep. So we celebrated 3 whammy.
Oh, well, and how did you celebrate? What did you eat? What did you drink?
Oh, 2 barbecues.
Yeah.
And people my husband hasn't seen for many years I invited, so it was a great day all round.
And
that's wonderful.
Took photos, I hope.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, we're very happy for you, Vanessa.
Thank you very much.
You'll never forget Australia Day.
No, will not.
Thanks for sharing.
Vanessa, thank you very much.
Bye.
Lucy at Lilydale. Hello, Lucy.
Oh, hello. It is so thrilling to finally speak with you. Thank you, guys.
For us too.
Yeah, no, I was just listening to your sports thing, and I wanted to share that I was never very good at sports. And then I had a son that's very talented. And suddenly I became the Auskip mum, the football mum, the cricket mum.
Oh.
Good on you.
And I had to learn all about cricket so I could help out and do the scoring.
Yes.
You know, be part of it.
Oh.
And I find it thrilling now. I love it.
Yes.
When
Next I'll ask you to umpire a game. You wait.
Yeah.
Do you take the kids around to the sports on the weekend?
Yeah, we do the whole sports things now.
Good.
And my daughter, who's so not into sports, she fills in for the team when there are players short.
Oh, good on her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's seen my confidence. And
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say, even if you're not sports talented, get involved because it's really good for the team.
I suppose there's a few trophies in the house already, are there?
There are, and medals, and I've never won a trophy in my life, so maybe I'm the soccer mum living it through my children.
I think you've won I think you've won a trophy or two in terms of those kids.
It is just fabulous.
Nice story, Lucy.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Ring more
Okay,
often.
Lucy, thank you for calling. Enid at Footscray, good evening.
Hi, fellas. I'm finally back.
Good. Good. We're happy you
weren't
are.
on last night, so I couldn't get back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, we're on digital.
All right, it was a lovely day at the town hall yesterday. We saw them all getting the awards, Citizen of the Year and volunteers and young groups and all.
Lovely.
They had a nice high tea for it, and then they broke for half an hour, saw the raising of the flag and back again, and we sat and watched. I'd say there were 60 to 70 new Australian people taking the oath to become Australians. And it was lovely to watch them and looked at all their faces and thought, well, how happy they were getting their certificate. A little plant of an Australian plant and an Australian flag.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'd be so proud.
That's
I
beautiful.
was, I thought I'm so glad I'm part of this still and seeing it happen and seeing all these young people get on with their lives.
Yes.
It was lovely. When you hear so much at times, it makes you stop and think.
Yeah, and they'd be from all different countries, wouldn't they?
Well, that's right. And it wasn't just just the Citizen Awards and all our civic ones that we go through. It was all these other things that were so important as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
You value someone on the year of totaling what you do before you sort them out. That's fine. But then when you see something like this, it makes you very humble once again.
Oh, I'm glad you're a part of it, Enid.
It was lovely, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, we
So
work very closely and tirelessly.
it's makes you very humble to see something like that happen.
Oh, yeah, and proud to be an Australian. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. So I hope you all had a good day.
Yes, we
Thank you
did.
very much indeed, Enid.
No
yes.
worries. I come home and baked in the afternoon.
Oh,
That was
yes, you would. Yeah, baking all afternoon.
It was good fun.
Okay, Enid, talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
fellas.
Bye. This is a surprise, Bruce. Guess who's on the phone?
Kamahl, is it?
Kamahl.
Hello, this is Kamahl.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
I know. I hear about Australia Day, and I have been a performer for a long time, and this country has been so kind to me, and I watch Dennis and Carol very kindly, and I know that you two are very, very Australian, and I think I'm the same.
Did you perform yesterday, Kamahl?
Sadly, I had a two-burner barbecue. And there was no gig for tomorrow yesterday, but this is the first time in 26 years. But we don't reflect on that because this is a great country. We know.
We miss you at Carol's by candlelight.
Well, I have not been on that before, but I don't know if you know Peter Wynne.
Yes, yes, I do.
Well, good, I've been requesting his number for a minute time. I thought I'd get in early because it is January to get through for the Christmas period for me.
I heard you talking to Darren James, and I want to know, have you been naturalised?
I think that the naturalization of someone who does come to the different shores and has been to the areas that I have been to, doesn't need to have that question asked to him. But that I hear you talking about the dogs.
Yeah.
And I have a combination of dogs, you know.
Yeah.
I once crossed one of the cavoodles with a Great Dane. You know what I came up with?
Yeah, what happened?
A Great Doodle.
Oh, did you?
I bet you'd love to have an elephant in your
You'd
backyard.
be very proud of that Great Doodle.
I have been so proud of that, you know. I have been so proud of that doodle over the years because once you go that way, you never go back.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you guys going?
Yeah, very well, Kamahl.
We're in our 26th year together, Kamahl.
I know, and I feel as though I have been part of your man's life.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to remain strong and just take the great combination of dogs with you when you cross a Shih Tzu with a something like that. You have to be very careful. You know?
You do.
You do. Oh, you see what I'm saying?
I want to ask you why you were always outside Channel 9 after appearing on IMT and got me to drive you back to the Windsor Hotel when the station gave you taxi chits.
I know that, but there was people like Ken Broderick, there was people like Dennis Smith, you know, Frank String was there. I know there was a different time. There was Peter Smith hanging around like a bad spell. You know what it was. And, you know, when you have names like that, Peter Feynman was there, of course. And, you know, even Jan Gashman, Kamahl, I wept on your brow. I said, no, Jan, get away from Jago Street now. You know those days as well as I.
Of course.
So why didn't you use the chits?
Because I had someone like Bruce, and I had someone, you know, like, I don't know, these people that used to hang around like, I don't know, the people that did the drop-off from Channel 9 days, you know.
Yeah, the limo driver. I wish you'd been made Australian of the Year, Kamahl.
We had wonderful days on Young Talent Time, Kamahl, out of Channel 10 with Johnny Young.
Oh, my, look, you know, Vicky Broughton. Oh, no.
Tina Arena.
I remember one day when I was walking into my kaftan and I see you, Bruce, and you had tiny Tina Arena.
Yeah.
You know where she was there.
Yeah.
And she gets AO, I get OBE, you get.
I know.
We get RSCV, and then, you know, no, RSVP, you know.
That's right.
And that is the end, you know. So I don't know how to end this. But
No, you don't need to. Do you keep in touch with Joey Peroni?
You know, little Joe Peroni. She, Mrs. Peroni. She ended up, I see her on I don't know, a nature strip with a cameraman. I don't know. It was ever someone else. Bruce, I think, I don't know. I
remember that woman on the nature strip.
Yeah, who was that?
Oh, gee, you've got a good memory.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, look. You know, she married some jockey. I don't know who.
Oh, Gauci, yes.
Yeah.
Darren Gauci, was it?
You know these days.
Karen Dunkerton and her mother.
You know, there was a Maloney in Lighting. Remember Maloney in Lighting? Remember, you get the directors, they all come in from the... you know what? After all this, I see I still not appear on Carols by the Candlelight.
You know, as I said earlier, I think it went over your head. I wish you'd been made Australian of the Year, Kamahl.
Can I say one final thing? Be kind to yourself, because if you're not kind to yourself, you never will own a Shih Tzu.
There's a lot in that.
I know.
Happy New Year. And to Mrs. Kamahl and all the little Kamahls.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
If you're going to have someone next to you, make sure they have a gold record.
Yes.
They have a what?
A gold record.
Record. And then the dinner. Very good record.
I picked up one of yours for $2 the other day in a bargain bin.
That's a bit hurtful.
You know, you call me, okay?
Yeah. We will.
Thank you so much.
Bless you, Kamahl.
What a wonderful opportunity on the day after Australia Day to have Kamahl with us.
I know. He sounded a bit low tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit flat.
A bit tearful almost at times, I think.
Yeah.
He needs a lift, you know, needs something, a spurt in his career. Listen, Kamahl, these are the sounds of good...
And that on Nightline was Kamahl. Or was it?
Colin, good evening.
Good evening, boys. That wasn't Kamahl. That was a good intonation.
Oh, yes?
Wasn't it?
Well, a bit of fun either way,
Well, a
wasn't
bit
it?
of fun.
Use
a bit of fantasy.
Is he alive or what?
Yeah, use your imagination.
Yeah, right.
Go on, Colin. Yes, of course he's very much alive. He was on the air with Darren James only last week.
How can we help you, Colin?
Hey?
What can we do for you?
I was just wondering. I thought that sounded like an impersonation.
Well, perhaps it was, but we're having a bit of fun. It didn't hurt anyone.
I loved it. I loved it a lot.
Oh, good. That's the way.
Yeah.
I just love you guys. You make me really happy when I hear you every night.
Good.
Ring more often, Colin. You're welcome.
All right, Colin, thank you very much. Looking at the weather, a low of 19 degrees, showers tomorrow, top of 24.
Sounds good to me.
Marcus, good evening.
Oh, yes, good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I did wonder if that was Kamahl. To me, it sounded like great theatre of the mind.
Yeah, we wondered too.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite funny, especially when I heard him talking about the dogs, and I thought, I don't know if this is really him. I had to call your producer to check.
Well, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, well, look, it was all in good fun.
Of course, even Kamahl would love that.
Fantastic.
Okay, bye, Marcus.
Is David? Hey, you there, David?
Yeah, hi guys.
Yeah.
Darren James is not asleep tonight.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, David. We'll never know.
I thought it may be him, but maybe you can tell me. Or tell us.
All right. Thank you for calling, David.
Hello.
Oh, Bob.
Thank you, Peter Hitchener, too.
It's been wonderful.
I'll look forward to tomorrow night, Bruce.
Good on you, Phil. And that's the way she went today.